interesting reading. I wish I could share everything, but you know what? We only have an hour. And On the Record with Boxo Potts is going to go down in history. I don't know if it might go down in flames, but like I said before, as look good in clothes. Address all the lawyers and attorneys watching this show. Please address your correspondence to Mr. Boxo Potts.
7584000 boxupotts@yahoo.com.
Boxo, some very strange questions have arisen regarding the 2013 fiscal year allocation. The allocation is $4,994,000. And in a letter signed by the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Sport to Mr. Deopasad Ramata, says that the expenditure to date, July 18, 2013, is $918,345 and a cent, which would have left a balance of $4,075,654.99. What, in your opinion, went on with those payments, and where is the balance?
Well, I believe some of the people at the Ministry of Sports think I'm dumb. Some of them think I'm stupid. Some of them think I can't count. So they have all kind of discussion. I mean, the chairman tell me I could talk, but I can't read or some kind of thing, so and I can't write. I mean, all kind of discussion. But here I know, I could read this letter good. Allocation for the year 2012 to 13 is $4,994. $4,994,000. I could read that. The expenditure to date, because there was no board from October until July. So the permanent secretary, justifiably so, and rightfully so, spent on amateur boxing $918,345.
Right.
And that's justifiable. He said the balance in July, and this is what the permanent secretary is telling the board, your balance in accordance with your cabinet approved funds is $4,075,654.99. So the permanent secretary is writing to the chairman of the board on the 18th of July and telling him, this is where you're having the kitty.
That's my understanding.
This is where you're having your vote. So go and bring all your bills, and we go clear off, and you go pay off your bills, and wherever the money balance, it go be in your account. Right. You go run some programs, you go handle all your initiatives, you go do all your things, and all you go fix up all your business. But something went wrong right inside of there. The $4,075,000 sort of disappear from the vote.
Now, let's be very specific here. When you say sort of, and when you say disappear.
It disappear because when we put in our counting processes, we write out all the programs all the initiatives that was rolled out, the anti-bullying initiatives, the coaches to be paid for, the providers to be paid for, the camps to be paid for, and all what's to be paid for. I think it came up to about nearly $2 million.
Right.
So when we put in the proposal, we started here, we ain't like how that proposal look. You see them camp? They should have, Monday it was rice and peas, and Tuesday it should have been peas and rice. In the night, they should have tea instead of Milo. And they shouldn't have bake, they should have bread. and the bread should have butter, white hat jam. And that's the kind of questions was being asked from Miss Melissa Brooker and Mr. Hugh Grant at the Ministry of Sports. So we say, wait, something wrong here. Then we dig a little deeper, and a little birdie in the ministry whispered to us that damn money was used up by Madame Cosbud in the ministry for some programs she wanted to run. Programs, whether it was good programs or not. Anyway, that is what we was told by somebody who knew. I ain't calling the person name because people like to say they just call people name and other people is getting in trouble. But this is, I'm saying something to the staff at the Ministry of Sports. You all are not supposed to be afraid of anybody talking out about anything all you do, because everything's supposed to be transparent and above board. So if somebody tell Boxo Potts, hey, that money went into that, you know. Well, they shouldn't vex, because that should be above board. That should be transparent and accountable. But why vex with the person who telling the board members that is because something wrong. And then the PS call a stand meeting and say, do not lose faith in the ministry. We're going to pay off all your bills and we go handle all you. Telling us do not lose faith in the ministry. At that meeting, he was very hostile. I think he feel he get the last PS work in the world. And how long again? Anyway, so listen, this money disappear and the boxing board never received this money. So we owing providers, we owing coaches, the little children and them can't train. We can't prepare them to go to games. And let me say something. I'm going to tell you a nice little story about this one. A little fella by the name of Michael Alexander who was held in a carjacking business. So he was a petty criminal. He was underage. Magistrate Lucina Cardenas Ragunan and release him to Manswell, myself and the boxing footage. So he's a little child. All you take him and guide him and counsel him and advise him and prepare him for life. So when he came out, Manswell tell him, hey, you need God in your life, you better go to church. So he went to a church in Barataria, see a little girl in the church, like the girl, marry the girl, get a baby.
This is a romance story. I thought we were talking about boxing.
Get a baby. This is Michael Alexander coming back to boxing, have a baby, get a job, went and win a Pan Am bronze medal earlier this year. We asked the PS.
That would have been last year.
No, I think it's
2014 or 2013?
I think it's last year.
2013, right.
Get a Pan Am bronze medal. We say, well, when we come back, we tail and we thing up in the air. We say, we qualify one so he could get in some grant funding or elite funding. Or if you release money to the board, we go keep the little kid sustainable. Because he leave his job now to box permanently. No money released to the board and he ain't get no grant funding or no elite money up to today. So this little kid now called me tonight and he coming on the show next week. He said, Mr. Potts, I starting to think different because I have my wife and my children to mind and I ain't getting no money out of boxing. Maybe I should leave boxing and boy, me know what I going on do, But you see me, I need some money. I say, hold it. You see, if I get paid tomorrow, I'll get something to tide you over because there's a sponsor up there. John Mappa will give him some money the last time to keep him going. Yeah.
Hold on.
Let run.
I want to know, Unified Promoters Boxing Association.
Yeah.
Were they paid through these funds? There is a story here.
Nope.
April 10, 2013 by Annika Gum Sandiford and Andrew Giannetti that was published in The Guardian. And there were questions about payments made to individuals in the Ministry of Sport and on behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Amateur Boxing Association, it was suggested. However, the president of the Amateur Boxing Association, Cecil Ford, said that is a personal matter. Quote, it has absolutely nothing to do with the TTABA. There are questions also about an organization that Yan Sporting Academy in Arima, that is supposedly run by Unified Promoters Boxing Association, which I guess on the record, is an organization run by members of your family?
Family, yes. And let me explain that.
Yeah.
One, the checks and the documents in question in that article was stolen from the bank. Between the bank and the post office, they were stolen.
The return checks.
The return checks.
Right.
And when Annika Gums and company get to find out that it was stolen checks, they stop writing about it, the story fall flat. I'm still advised by the attorneys to sue them. I was advised to file a pre-action protocol against Andre Batiste, Annika Gums, The Guardian, The Express, the this, the that, and the other. I say, you know something? Boxo boy. That's so easy to explain because Unified Promoters was running a program for the Ministry of Sports with a set of children in Arima, developing sports and developing community and taking the children on field trips and taking the children to the zoo and carrying them to feeding them on a weekend and you're having live sport teachers and all these sort of things. So we was running that program. So that is where that money come out of. But anyway, the return checks on that, somebody decided to thief it and then print it in the press. And that is where the challenge come. Now, all of them running scared. But what happened?
But to the chase box, so we had to take a break.
Right.
I want to hear the point though. All right, we ain't taking no break. We're going straight.
The point.
Go ahead. But you had to cut to the chase.
Yeah, but what is the point?
The point, what went on with this money? People asking about this thing. It's our organization. When you call the number, it's your daughter that answers the phone.
The money was given in 3 tranches.
Right.
By the Ministry of Sports, $500 and something $500,000 per 6 months tranche,
right,
to run this program. The program was run successfully, and somebody decided to steal the checks, the return checks, and make mischief with it in the press. And when the press get to find out that this is the case, the story fell flat.
What about the question of people who they call it a ghost gang? They compared it to an unemployment relief program, ghost gang at the academy. Coaches who were supposedly getting paid that
they wasn't working,
that they weren't on the roster there. They were never seen there for 6 months.
Well, if you look at the records and you look at the names that were being paid, and everybody was paid by checks until that particular month they steal those return checks. Everything else is above board, and we can show the accounts to suit the accountability of the money given and the money spent on those 3 tranches.
And right? this program will fall under the life sport program?
No. That was a program directly between the Ministry of Sports and the Unified Promoters.
Right.
And Young
was
Academy.
This overseen by the Trinidad and Tobago Boxing Board of Control?
No,
this was a
direct arrangement, and there were people from the Ministry of Sports who came and oversee the program and was very satisfied with the program.
I see.
Right, so Ms. Anika Gums and Mr. Andre Batiste and them make a whole lot of allegation, hype up the nation like if it was a ghost program, and over 100 children was benefiting from the program. It was well documented all over the media. But you know what? They didn't want the program to run. They didn't want Boxo Potts or his family to run a program that could develop the youths of this nation. So they wanted it shut down, so the permanent secretary shut it down. You know where those little children are right now? Running around in the community, some of them possibly looking for guns.
I can't comment on that, but what I would like you to comment on is what is your role in the United Promotions? What is your title there? What is your role there?
At present,
right,
the company is shelved.
And what was your role vis-a-vis around April 8th?
My son took over the company.
Right. And what was your role?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
What about those checks that were supposedly made out in your name?
What checks was made out in my name? And my name? What checks?
Your name?
Where's the account? Where's the checks? Show me the checks.
I can't show you the checks. I'm asking you. You tell me to ask you about the questions in this
show me the checks.
All right, we'll find the checks and I will ask you about it.
I need to get the checks. I want them checks real bad, boy.
Mr. Boxo Potts. You know what? I didn't even have a time to tell people, thanks for watching, thanks for liking.
The show out?
The show out, Boxo. You talk the whole show.
Well, let me come back tomorrow. And
we gotta come back next time. You know what? I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna call Miss Gum Sanderford, Ms. Wren, and Mr. Giannetti, and I'll ask him, show me the checks now, so I can hit Boxo straight up on the record.
Right.
Thanks for watching. Share, like, hit me up.
I want to deal with that.
At TT Game Plan on Twitter.
Come on,
thanks.
The time run out.
The time run out, boy. You talk too long.